This problem asks you to find the following for vectors u and v. So you want to find the dot product, the magnitude of v, the magnitude of u, the cosine of the angle between v and u, the scalar component of u and direction of v, and the vector projection of u onto v. So let's start with part A, which is to find the dot product of v and u. And to find the dot product of v and u, you simply multiply the numbers within each term and then add them all together. So 7 times -7 is -49, plus -7 times 7 is -49, plus square root of 5 times negative square root of 5 is -5, equals, if you plug that into the calculator, you get -103. So this is your dot product. Moving on to magnitude of v. To find the magnitude of anything, any vector, you simply do the square root of the terms squared and then add them all together. So you do, for v, -7 squared added with 7 squared added with -√5 squared. If you plug that into the calculator, you get 103. So the magnitude of v, it was gonna be square root of 103. Now, moving on to u. Same thing, just different sign. So it'll be 7, -7, and a positive √5. And when you square any number, it doesn't matter what sign it has, it's always going to end up to be positive. Therefore, you will have square root of -103, just like the magnitude of v. Okay, next step for part B, you want to find the cosine of the angle between v and u. So please remember that the cosine of theta is equals to v dot u over magnitude of v times magnitude of u. Okay, v dot u, we know that it's -103. Magnitude of v is √103 dot magnitude of u is √103. Evaluate that, you get -1. So the cosine of the angle between v and u is -1. Okay, now the scalar component of u in direction of v. So you will simply be solving for this, which the formula for the scalar component of u in direction of v is u times v over magnitude of v. Okay? U times v, v times u. I mean u dot v, v dot u. Same thing. So you get -103 over magnitude of v, which is 103. So evaluate that. You get negative square root of 103. So negative square root of 103 that is your scalar component of u in direction of v. Now, last but not least, you want to find the projection of u onto v. So the formula for projection of u onto v is u dot v over magnitude of v squared, right? All of this multiplied by v. Okay? So you know that u dot v or v dot u is negative 103 over magnitude of v, which is 103, that squared. Okay? And then times negative 7i plus 7j minus 5, square root of 5k, since this is vector v over here. Okay? Now, if you evaluate this part first, you get negative 103 over square root of 103 squared equals negative 1. So it's just negative 1 times negative 7i plus 7j plus, it would be minus root 5k. Distribute that and you get a positive 7i minus 7j plus root 5k. This is the vector projection of u onto v. So write that down right here. And there you go.